We have had some really interesting things happen on this channel. Viewership, we've been getting around 10,000 watch minutes a month, which is pretty cool. That's a personal record for me. It's not a lot in the sense of YouTube. Actually, it's very little. I'm not even a part of the monetization system. I don't make money with my videos. So I'd really appreciate if you drop me a subscription below, because what means the most to me is your viewership. If you watch this and my videos help you, it means the world. And you will get so much value and positive advice about travel, moving around the world, working online. I'm all for that stuff. So if you love it, this is the place to be. But I'm going to start answering questions here because it seems like there's a lot of interest about moving to Halifax and a lot of international populations who want to move to Canada, and I want to help as many people out there as possible. So I woke up from a nap. I never nap during the day, but I have been working over 24 hours without sleeping, traveling, doing interviews, and just finishing school assignments on top of making courses online. It's been crazy, but I'm full energy. I have my coffee right now. And our question is from Ali Beck. Ali Beck says, thanks for your helpful video. What about food? Transportation? Do you have buses in your town? Ali Beck says, if someone is coming to study there, how can he get a part-time job? Is it easy to find one with at least an average pay rate? And what about the study system? Is it manageable? So Ali Beck, I'm going to be answering all your questions here today about Halifax, and I'm going to be letting you know my honest opinion about everything, starting with your first question. How about food? You know, food is the first thing on my mind whenever I go somewhere. When I look at traveling somewhere else in the world, the food has everything to do with whether I'm going there or not. If I don't like the food there, I like food everywhere, but if I don't like the food there, or I'm not getting that culinary experience, I don't really want to go. Now, I don't know what you mean about food. What does the food taste like? Do we have a good variety? Or how expensive is it? So I'm going to cover everything that I can think of. Food prices. So a basic lunchtime menu I'm reading off my phone here. A basic lunchtime menu in the business district will cost you $17. That's what it says online. I agree with that. If you go to a business district area and you sit down in a pub and you have a full meal, sure, it's going to cost you around that. After tip, you're paying about $20 Canadian. Sure, but if you go and you just have a slice of pizza and you walk out with it, I mean, dining in doesn't cost you money, but generally if you're sitting down for a fancier meal, it's going to cost you about $20 for a meal. If you're going to just pick something up and walk away fast, like an egg salad sandwich or a pizza on special, you're going to pay $4 or $5. So that's what you can expect. But in order to say a good ballpark range for a lunch that, you know, like a shawarma or something like that will probably cost you around $11. So, combo meal, fast food restaurant, Big Mac meal or similar. Yeah, you get a Big Mac, you're going to be paying $9. You're getting a boneless chicken breast, $6. I've seen it more expensive. This is for a pound, so 500 grams, a pound of boneless chicken breast, $6. 6, 7, 8. It depends. Chicken tends to be more expensive when you're going to the grocery store. Whole fat milk, 1 liter, $2. Pretty accurate. Sometimes more expensive. 12 eggs large, $3.50. Pretty accurate. Sometimes more expensive. 1 kilogram or 2 pounds of tomatoes, $4.50. So these are your prices for food, and I'm going to leave the full link down below. It's pretty accurate. It is pretty accurate, but it really depends on where you go. Anywhere, like, you can find cheaper than all the prices listed here, and you can find more expenses easily. So it really depends. And for housing, so we're going to talk about housing here because I pulled up some figures before. Monthly rent for a 900 square foot furnished accommodation in the most expensive area is $1,751. So put that into perspective. The most expensive luxury apartment you can get down here is around $1,700. Now, again, like I said last video, if you're comparing that to Thailand, that's super expensive. You're comparing it to San Francisco, you get a huge apartment in Halifax. In San Francisco, you would still get a shoebox. So it's good. If you're planning to move to North America and you want an education, Halifax is the place to be. But if you want to live extremely fancy and you have a lot of money to blow and you're looking for something extremely metropolitan, Halifax might not be the place. So to answer your question about buses, yes, we have buses. In terms of buses, if you're a student, you will get busing for free. Generally, your student card will cover you. You'll get a little sticker. Actually, I'll show you right now exactly how that works. This is my student card over here, and as you can see over here in this corner I have this little sticky thing that allows me to ride for free on the buses. Of course, it's not really free, I'm paying for it through the school, but that is a great way to get buses all around the city. In terms of buses, they will show up anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes on average, I have found. It depends when you're leaving for the bus. If you download a transit app, it will help you get all over Halifax. And if I find the transit app that I use, perhaps you can use that one too when you get here. I use an app called Transit, and Transit's really good because it shows you as you're on the bus. It pinpoints your GPS location and points out to where all the stops are. So even if you don't live here, it's going to be very easy to understand it, because I'm really bad at geography and mapping, and I've lived here for almost 4 years. But definitely download a transit app. That's going to help you. You want a part-time job, you're going to need working status here in Canada. You're going to need to look up the details online. Go and look at the Nova Scotia website. And in terms of getting a job, what I recommend you do is learn how to write a good resume. I mean, you don't really... Applying for a job anywhere is pretty much the same. If you know somebody, it's going to be easier. If you don't know anybody, it's going to be harder. But if you don't know anybody, you're going to have to work off a bit of leverage. So I'd say try to improve your English speaking skills as much as you can, especially if English isn't your first language. But people here are they're very understanding. You don't have to be fluent. They will happily give you a job, and they want you to have a great time. People are super friendly down here, so don't think that you're going to be discriminated against or anything. Halifax is actually one of the most inclusive cities I have found in the entire country, and out east generally tends to swing that way a little more. So I would say Halifax is the place to be for you. If you want to get a job, what I recommend you do is 2 things. First of all, you want to make money here. Understand that jobs are a little bit hard to come by. I'm not saying that unemployment is rampant everywhere. It is rampant everywhere, but it's not here that's particularly the worst. It's just that the market is I'd say it's kind of closed and insider. You can get a job easily at a Starbucks or something, or at a McDonald's, but if you want to kind of work your way up the ranks, it's not a massive city with a million jobs hanging around every single square meter. You're gonna need to like push a little bit. You're gonna need to write a good resume. You're gonna need to call people. You're gonna need to take initiative. So what I would tell you to do is try to work online. Look that up, because you'll be able to do that while you go to school and while you settle in. Working online is what I do. If you need help with that, go and look at my other videos. But also, write a stellar resume, improve your English skills, and reach out to people and be bold, be brave, and be polite. If you show them you want to bring them value, they will probably hire you. So to continue talking, is it easy to find one with at least an average pay rate? Absolutely. You're going to find one with an average pay rate. I think minimum wage here is $11.25, $12, so you will get paid you'll get paid that at least an hour. And if you work a little bit harder, you can probably find a job for about $15 an hour without too much effort. So definitely give that a shot. The study system, it depends on universities, right? Because that's a private thing. I'd say in terms of the school system, it's good. I think in general, the school system needs to be moving in a different direction, but that's separate. In terms of world standard, Canada is good for schools. For universities, Dalhousie is one of the top ones if you want to go and study business, marine biology, dentistry. There's a whole bunch of different things. Their programs are just massive, so I can't cover them all. King's is really good for arts, liberal studies. University of King's College is where I go to, and I also do some of my degree at Dalhousie, so I pair the two. And King's also does journalism. NSCAD, NSCAD, will do your arts programs and your filmmaking and your painting and your drawing. St. Mary's University, I don't really know what they offer. I think they do business. They do business, yes. And I know some people who do, I think, accounting there. Like, they do, St. Mary's kids are really cool, but they have really good sports program. That's what I do know. And so does Dalhousie, so it really depends. But I find SMU kids or St. Mary's University kids, they have a lot of fight. They're pretty good. So I think all the schools are great. Just really look around. There's Nova Scotia Community College. That's probably going to be a lot less expensive for you, and the degree time will be shorter, so you might want to consider that. And you'll really get to mesh with the locals. A lot of people in NSCC, Nova Scotia Community College, have lived here in Halifax for a long time, so you'll get to know locals. A lot of the other people are from Ontario. You know, people from Dalhousie come from Ontario, so really, this video has been so long. I did not expect it. So if you're still with me right now, I'm super pumped that you stayed. But I just want to give as much value as I can. I mean, I would make this into a podcast if I could. So ask me more questions. I'm trying to keyword these videos correctly. It's hard to stand out on YouTube and get people to. I'm trying to help people here. But my videos are finally floating up in terms of Halifax, and I think I'm answering a lot of questions. So if you have any more questions, let me know. Send your question in, and I'll answer. Take care.